My name is Jason. I was asked to create this documentary and to share a simple message. This world is a total illusion. This world is a program, an illusion of reality. A program that has been running for far too long. As extraordinary as a claim as this may initially sound, I ask you to listen to the facts. This world is not what you think it is. And if you are willing to journey beyond the boundary of your belief, the greatest story never told is waiting for you. Some of the most insightful human minds have already begun to observe the holographic and holistic principles of what we call reality. But it goes so far beyond that. So many here are a prisoner to their own mind and to illusion. All I ask is simply for you to listen. Listen inwardly, because it is time for so many to wake up. It is safe to do so. If you are looking for answers as to why we are here, to how you feel or what you experience, then open your mind and open your heart. Leave your preconceptions and beliefs at the door and come with me on a journey. In the end, you will decide if this message is for you or if it isn't. You will have the choice to remember or the choice to forget. That will be your choice, not mine. But to remember is to awaken to what is real within you and welcome a profound awareness from within that will change how you see everything. All I share is the awareness revealed and experienced over 40 years of contact, investigation, and dedication to the truth. Without bias or preference, and with a great deal of courage, and support by beings so much greater than we can fully understand. This story would not be possible if not for my late wife, Diane. In the 1980s, following a lifelong passion to understand life after death, past lives, and everything paranormal, Diane had an experience that began the most powerful mission of her life. What happened to Diane inspired her to start a journey that would never stop. What happened? An energy of great intelligence and love from outside of our universe, outside of our reality, reached in and made contact, connecting Diane's entire mind and energy of consciousness to something so profound. It altered the course of Diane's life forever, and the lives of countless others, including mine. From the mid-90s, Diane and I continued to share a path that would last for the next 30 years. Diane moved beyond this illusion of reality in early 2020, and the void left behind is simply immeasurable. This is Diane's legacy, our story, a message originating from beyond this reality, a message to remember and to wake up within the illusion called life. This is also my story, as the caretaker of the awareness we call the Elonias Foundation. I am here to say to you, there is a light of awareness within each one of us, a greater memory, one that will awaken within you what you have always known but have forgotten. One that will wake you up within this dream called life. For some it has been so very long. For others it has been a difficult journey. But what matters most is the journey's end, and a new beginning that will lead you beyond illusion into what is real. Our journey has not been an easy one, and I present this documentary to make sure the rest of your journey can be. The past 40 years have been both wondrous and tragic, but desperately worthwhile. Our lives have beheld the most beautiful experiences of love, whilst its meaning and what we have learned obliterated the illusion we relied upon as our reality. As we once did, you have to ask yourself, what is normal? What is real? These concepts are quickly eroded when one takes a journey beyond belief, never to return. What we found, but really what found us, shattered the hall of mirrors of this world forever. It shook our foundations to the ground. Why has it taken 40 years to present this documentary? Because it has taken 40 years of communication, research and investigation to put the pieces together. You see, it's not about formulas and theories. It is about experience. And there have been so many pieces to connect. So much to experience, and so much to listen to. But above all, a greater plan beyond the control of any human individual has a way of timing things to be exactly where they need to be and when. And this is why I have a story to tell you right now. I hope you have an open mind. By listening to or watching this documentary, you are asking questions that are viable to viewing this reality as it really is. A very exciting prospect, and I speak from experience. But I cannot emphasize enough. If you listen with your brain alone, you will not hear anything. Only the imagery through which you filter information. I ask you to quieten your brain and open your inner ears. Listen with your inner sound. I am about to present to you information that is almost certainly beyond the relativity of your current reality. Listen from within. Feel what I'm saying. Don't measure it, just experience it. And if you feel something stirring inside, something perhaps long forgotten, from deep down, trust it. Don't just believe what I'm about to say either. That would be another belief. I am not here to merely substitute one belief system for another. I am here to share a documentary that contains answers, but is only the first step. But it is real. The next step will be up to you to inwardly remember what you have perhaps forgotten. In all of our 40 years of investigation, there has not ever been an answer to existence anywhere outside of what we were told and discovered. We have searched endlessly for others with the same story, or even just answers, but to no avail. Pieces, fragments, suggestions, but never the answer. And so this is the greatest story never told. A bold statement, I know, but a true one. The answer is here for you. No more loose threads. No more hoping there is an answer somewhere one day. Today is the day you find out. What I am about to tell you is not a belief. It is an ongoing experience to this very day about the nature of the illusion in which we all exist. Anyone can theorize. Anyone can imagine. Anyone can make things up to appease their sense of ego or fantasy, but experiences speak for themselves. And where those experiences take you is a living journey into the light of awareness. On this day, I am a messenger. My message is simple, but the pathway is woven throughout time. So I am going to share with you what we have discovered, what we were told, what we are still told. This documentary isn't long enough to cover everything, so I am going to share with you all I can as a first step to viewing what is real. Allow yourself to see it for what it is, and allow the truth you hold to be open to question. We were told many years ago that truth is an ever-changing movement of awareness, and so I will share with you a profound depth of awareness and some of the tireless and exhaustive research and experiences that back it up. We will use inner awareness, outer observations, and simple logic. The simplicity within the complexity. I will ask you to let go of preconceptions, because whilst you hold on to any belief at all, you will never be free to see what is real. So what is Earth? What is happening here on this planet, in this place we call life? What does it all mean? I am going to answer those questions for you, so you don't have to wonder anymore. My late wife Diane once wrote, "A good story comes from the heart, and is best told as if you were reliving it all over again." And so this documentary is a true story covering over 4 decades of miraculous events, tireless investigation, extraordinary paranormal, temporal, and dimensional experiences and research into the inner depths of time and space. I will relive this journey with you and take you through the most powerful and compelling times of our lives, of all life everywhere. And so I ask you to come with me on this journey. Let the flame within flicker and ignite your deeper, greater memories. Open the gateway of your mind so you can pass through and beyond the illusion of reality. Let me start by asking you a question. What would you do if an intelligence from beyond your comprehension and imagining entered your life after you started to investigate the meaning of life? And where do we go when we die? This intelligence begins to communicate to you and through you. It begins to speak of things so vast and so personal, sharing with you what it knows about creation, the experience of life and beyond, and things you never dreamed it could know about you. The intelligence defines itself as an energy of light. It does not have a name as such, but in order that you can converse with it in a human fashion, it gives its name as Elonias. The energy shares great love and continues to expand its conversation as the months and years go by. So much is given, and you are asked to reconsider what you think you know and who you think you are. You are asked to let go of how you view life, because it is totally wrong and a total illusion. Elonias is then joined by others from the energy of where they come from, and the conversations encompass not only the meaning of your individual life and how you got here, but the greater energy of what you really are beyond you. The human soul, the spirit, consciousness, humanity, then to all life everywhere, multi-dimensional realities, the structure of space and time, and finally the nature of creation itself. The communication begins in the 1980s and continues into and through the 1990s. They speak of the future, telling you about things to come, from digital recorders and TVs on walls through to world events. And all of it comes true, time and time again. What do you do if that happens? I'll tell you. You listen, and you let go of what you thought you knew. And as you listen, like you've never listened before, you very quickly become aware that all is not as it seems, and of how much you just don't know. Concepts and delusions disappear in an instant. Images begin to evaporate. Human science becomes relatively meaningless, as true love and great wisdom on a far greater scale prevails. One conversation flows into the next, explaining everything and more. Love takes on a deeper meaning than you could ever have imagined it could, and you realize there is more going on here, far more than any of us could have ever imagined. It is all so very new and yet so very familiar. This documentary will cover parts of this 40-year journey that allow me to share with you the key areas of the illusion of reality. I hope it will trigger you to investigate what I say and to investigate yourself, both inwardly and outwardly. I will cover extraordinary events that actually happened to us, events that helped us time and time again to understand the power of what we hold inside, and the changeable and interdimensional nature of this illusion. You will hear accounts of our experiences involving the paranormal and alternate realities, where mind overrides matter, and how these relate to modern-day experiences of reverse time experiments and quantum limitations. But before I can share our journey of investigation and experiences with you, it is important I preface them with a summary of our in-depth investigations into the perception of reality itself. Those who spoke worked tirelessly to help us view ourselves and our reality as a product of a program, and I will present the powerful and fundamental cornerstones of perception and awareness in order this documentary gives to you what must be shared accurately. Perception and awareness are everything, because perception is a lens, and awareness is the light. Light with a narrow lens sees very little. Awareness with a lens that is very open to the light can see so much more. During the creation of this documentary, I was instructed by Elonias to incorporate the work of the quantum physicist David Bohm, perhaps the most significant theoretical physicist of the 20th century. Bohm's revolutionary work with quantum theory, neuropsychology, and the philosophy of the mind also embraced the deeper concepts of awareness and thought. The more Bohm challenged the boundaries of convention, the more he was ostracized and ignored by the established scientific communities of the time. By looking beyond science and quantum theories alone, Bohm understood that science on its own will never be able to explain consciousness, but he did not know why. The reason for that is simple. Because the origin of consciousness is not in this reality. It has entered here from somewhere else. Consciousness is not created here by matter or energy. Consciousness is a carrier of awareness, a lower aspect of the mind within time that comes from beyond the illusion of this reality, the real within the unreal. It is called the separation of light, and we will look at how the simple yet profound construct of a program can be seen in not just the quantum realms, but also in the nature of energy, repeating patterns, fractal geometry, and mathematical relationships observable in everyday life without complex equations. As I share our story, I will delve into the experiments of energy, matter, and time applied to the quantum world, because these experiments are vital in helping us illustrate and convey the meaning behind our experiences to reveal the truth. We will then go beyond these parallels to the greater meaning of all life everywhere, where scientific rules and boundaries have no meaning at all.